This is my 1984 F-150. It's been sitting here for quite a while. I think it's a Duraspark system. Anyways, I just didn't have time to mess with it. And what I wanted to do was install this. This is an HEI designed to go on the Ford 302. Okay, gonna get this open, and then I'm gonna confirm the firing order and the position of the rotor before I pull out the distributor. Apparently Ford starts from the left side as you're looking at the front of the engine of 1, 2, 3, 4, and then goes 5, 6, 7, 8 for their ordering. And there's 2 different firing orders, I believe, maybe more, that you could end up with. But let's find number 1. That way we know what exactly we're working with here. So if that's number 1, I would expect to see 5 or 3 next. And this, if it's number 5, it is. So we got number 1, then number 5, oh no, it's not. Maybe I got the direction of rotation incorrect. In any event, what happens if we go this other direction? Okay, yeah, so direction of rotation is to the left. So that gives us the 1, 5, 4. Yep, 1, 5, 4, 2, 6, 3, 7, 8 should be that firing order, which is the second one. Alright, we got the second firing order. I'm going to go ahead and pop this cap off and see where the rotor lies. Let me get this air cleaner off too. I shouldn't say air cleaner, I should say air filter. That zip tie is really annoyingly placed. Everybody knows the best place to store your parts is on top of the radiator. Move this. All right, it is pointing that was weird. It's almost like it was stuck. Maybe that's the reason why this thing wouldn't run. If this base had gotten moved somehow. Had it taken damage? No, it looks clean. Anyways, we're pointing right about to the number 5 piston. Number 1 being straight up. So I'm going to say it's pointing at number 5. And I just wanted to write that down so later when I put the new distributor back in, it won't be a problem figuring that out. I had taken the wiring off of the alternator because something was going on, right? I didn't think that it was charging. So that's something else I might look into. But that shouldn't prevent it from running. You wouldn't think. I did check that there's power at the coil, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of this anyways. Let me show you what it looks like. Alright, there's the engine, Holley 2-barrel, stock ignition, and what I was looking for is this rotor. Where is it pointing right now? because I never really had any problems with the actual timing of the engine, no pinging or anything like that. And then when I was checking that firing order, I was following these spark plugs, this being number 1 and this next one over being number 5, which runs to the front over here. So that's what we went ahead and decided. And I can probably go so far as to just move this out of the way instead of taking all the wires off. I don't know, that coil's gonna get moved as we slip that new distributor in. Some people complained about problems, but my gas line already kind of goes around, and I already got a lift on the carburetor in the form of these adapters and that EGR thing, which is huge and about 1 inch thick. So I'm gonna get to work taking this out, and I'll bring you back for an update. Okay, I got this distributor hold down off. You can see it moves freely, and sometimes all you got to do is pull up. Yeah, I was gonna say, if that doesn't work, you can wiggle the rotor. You can see how that works. This shaft is what does the business. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect the power supply. Looks like I need a flat tip screwdriver. Dang, this connector doesn't want to come undone at all. There we go. Got it. As you can see, that distributor had been changed, but we don't know exactly what the problem is, but I know when I put the HEI, it's going to have less problems. That's what I know. Now, the main thing to be concerned with is this actually the same height? Appears to be very close. Is the gear the same distance down? Doesn't look like it. Line these up on something. We'll see if that has enough clearance or not when I go sticking it in there. Alright, I'm going to bring you in here. So we did get it to fully seat down at the bottom. The thing that's happening is the bottom of that distributor has the little hex pattern that drives the oil pump, and I think it's clocked a little bit wrong, which doesn't matter ultimately, because I put the cap on. If I say that's where number 5 is, I think, then that's where number 5 will be. So 1 will be here, 1 will be here, and then 5, and then we'll go around. It really doesn't matter. But we got it on there, and it's all the way down, so we're moving forward. It's possibly gonna work, we'll see. All right, I got some stuff here that I just found laying around. Gonna make me a quick little wire that I can just hook into the battery side and straight to the positive. To see if we have ignition instead of wiring it through the switch and everything right now. So that's the plan. Don't worry, we're gonna fix it right, but for right now I just want to see if we're gonna have ignition and if it's gonna run, etc. Then I gotta hook that distributor up and see if that distributor, hook that alternator up and see what's going on there. if there's anything going on. Could just be related to the DuraSpark failing. I'm not sure. Sometimes things fail in glorious ways. Let's see here. Alright, just gonna hook this up to the battery. It's kind of a tight fit, to be honest, with this heater hose. There we go. I think we're in there. Chinesium is coming through. Of course, this distributor came from Amazon. It was the cheapest one. Let's see here. Gonna just put this little clamp on the thing so we can get positive power. And I don't know if I'm gonna have to jump start this baby or not, so we'll see. I'm gonna strip a generous amount of wire off. Why did I grab 2 of these? Because I didn't know if either one was gonna work. Alright, that's positive right there. Now if I was smart, I would check and see if there's voltage at the distributor, because you never know if that wire is broken. So we'll go ahead and pretend like we're going to do that. See if I can get it up in there. Oh yeah, we got voltage. Okay, the wire seems to be good. Let me clear everything so that when I start it, it doesn't all fall down and get lost forever. We'll see if it cranks. I don't know if the carburetor's... Oh, she still got fuel. It's been a couple of months. We don't care about that. This truck will eat any kind of fuel you give it. It's probably got like 8-to-1 compression. It could be half water and it'd probably run. Not really. I gotta change the fuel filters often on this thing. I am assuming we're gonna have to change the timing a little bit, but let's see if it'll make a delightful sound like it's trying to start, and then we'll go from there. Alright. Instead it made the sound like the battery's dead. So now I'm gonna hook this battery with some jumper cables. Gonna hook this battery with some jumper cables up now. And then I'll get the battery charger hooked up in there as well. Negative on one side, positive on the other side. Okay, let's see if that motivates it any before I have to go the whole route. It's better. So we're gonna have to charge this. I'll come back.
One eternity later.
All right, we got it running. I'm gonna see what this says. 12 and a half. the distributor in on a switched with the ignition wire that goes to this little condenser. So it's got power, and I haven't adjusted the timing. I just monkey with it a bunch of times to get it to rotate, to actually start. And we're making oil pressure. So we'll see. I'm gonna adjust the timing a little bit. And you can see I put the multimeter up there so I could see that we were getting voltage. It's about 7 volts, which is weird, but it might just be that location, or it's probably because the alternator's not hooked up. So next I'm going to hook up the alternator and clean this wiring up and see if that fixes it. Okay, it's starting to get dark, but we got all the lights running. As you can see, we got the HEI distributor. Let me shine some light on these things here. As you can see, we got the HEI on the 302. We're charging good, even with all the lights on and accessories. So I'm gonna call that a win. Looks like I got one tail light out. Other than that, I'm gonna go get this thing inspected tomorrow so I can start driving this truck around again. The insurance is no big deal. I'll just put insurance on it. But I'm gonna move it right now so I can access my garage better to work on my Fiero.